Plain and simple, not a good half. 60-48, they're down. What do we talk about every single game? 3-point shooting. Here's your ball game. Sacramento 26% and Indiana 47% from beyond the arc. And then you got to talk about Buddy Hield, all right? And you talk about Buddy, a 60-point first half for the Indiana Pacers, who are 24-29. Buddy ended up in that first half with 13 points. He made 3 or 4 from distance. Now, there's 24 minutes left, and there's a long way to go. But Davion Mitchell gives you absolutely nothing on offense. That's an issue for this Kings team. When you do not have De'Aaron Fox on the floor for a game, and you got to rely on Mitchell, he was minus 14 in that first half. He was 0-4 from the floor and 0-3 from downtown. You know, again, I don't want to sound like I'm picking on the guy. He's not a starting point guard in the league, and he's been asked to start in the absence of De'Aaron Fox. Kevin Huerter, what happened to his 3-point shooting, right? 1 of 4 again for Kevin Huerter. 60-48. 3-point shooting is your story. Sacramento 6 of 23. Indiana 10 of 21. Why are the Kings down 60-48? That's why they're trailing 60-48. All right? Well, guess what? You're missing Fox. Guess what? The Phoenix Suns are missing Devin Booker. New Orleans is missing Zion Williamson. You know, we can't talk about not having Fox, all right? All teams in the league deal with these type of issues. But this game is 3-point shooting, number 1. And number 2, when you have Davion Mitchell as your starting point guard, it's like playing 4-on-5 offensively. There you have it. Plain and simple. Ryan in Sacktown joins us here at intermission. Your thoughts on that first half, buddy?
Very different first half between the two units, the first offense and the second offense, with the Kings in their rotation. And again, the 3-ball, big issue. I got to think Mitchell cannot be on the court that much longer, because what he's bringing on defense is not making up for what we're lacking on offense.
No, great point. You hit it right on the head. He had the worst plus minus of anyone on the floor in that first half. So absolutely. And you're giving up 60 points to this team who played last night in a 1-point loss to the Lakers. Tell you, if you wondered how Indiana was going to come out and play, you're seeing it. They're playing inspired basketball.
Yeah, they are. But Grant, I mean, 60 points. The Kings give up 60 points all the time in the half. The problem is on the offensive end. So I really looked at how they were playing offense with the starters, and everything, the motion is away from the basket. And instead of having Sabonis down low, Sabonis is coming up and nobody else is going back. The ball along the arc is just rotating along the arc, and they're taking long threes that aren't good looks. Now, conversely, when the second team's coming in, the motion is going towards the basket. And that's led to second opportunities. That's led to everybody getting into the flow of the game. And I think that that's what they need to do in the second half to be successful and start putting those points up.
Keegan Murray did nothing in that first half either. He played 12 minutes. He made 1 shot. He had 1 rebound. You got to have more from Keegan Murray. Can you hear me?
Keegan is corner, and he's just cornering a little bit to the free and in dash the boards. He's getting back on D as soon as the shot got up. So they've got to start running towards the hoop and getting Sabonis open that way.
Yep. All right. Again, 60-48 is our score at the intermission. 13 for Hield. Also, the Indiana Pacers ended up getting 19 points from their bench in that first half. Kings bench was not that bad. I mean, you know, they also contributed 4 players scoring with 7, 5, 4, and 3 respectively. But I mean, you're seeing without Fox. Here's the other deal. You know, you look at Sabonis. He had a quiet first half. Scoring wise, I mean, he still had 7 rebounds, 4 assists, but he was only 3 of 9 and 0 of 2. Again, it comes down to that. We talk about this all the time. It comes down to 3-point shooting for Sacramento. And again, how is Coach Brown going to handle the second half? I don't think Davion Mitchell can play 15 minutes in the second half if the offense is like this.
No, and you hit the point on the head with Sabonis. He's doing what he can with the opportunities he's being provided. The Kings don't have an activator right now on the floor to get Sabonis the looks that he normally thrives with. You saw Harrison Barnes really try to be that activator towards the end of the second half, taking the ball to the hoop, being a threat. They need Monk. They need Terrence Davis, somebody like that to be that, Fox playing to get Sabonis to really do what he does.
Kings are outscored in that second quarter, 32-21. Hey, I want to tell you about Bennett's 2 locations, Roseville and Sacramento, Eureka Road in Roseville and the corner of Arden and Fair Oaks in Sacramento. They'll be coming to the Blue Oaks Town Center in Rockland soon. Great weekend brunch. I love their prime seafood and prime steaks, whether it's the porterhouse, the bone-in ribeye. The New York is awesome. Love the New York there. It's incredible. They have hanger steak. You're going to love the menu. My favorite fish is the redfish. It's tremendous. You're going to love it. And the Bennetts are big-time supporters of the Sacramento Kings. So check them out. Again, currently the 2 locations, Roseville and Sacramento, and a third coming in the spring to the Blue Oaks Town Center. That's Bennett's. You'll love their menu, everything about it. It's awesome. 60-48 is not awesome if you are rooting for the Sacramento Kings. They got a lot of work to do. Again, the Kings can make up 12 points in a hurry, but understand they're going to have to make it up without De'Aaron Fox.
Exactly, Grant. And they're going to have to make up with getting good looks. They to the free throw line more. They have to be more aggressive, get second opportunities, and get out and run a little bit. They didn't play terrible on the defensive end. There was one point when they had 5 stops in a row. They just didn't do anything with them. So those are the little things that they have to do without Fox to get going here in this second half.
All right. John's got New York's on the grill as we speak. John, you're killing me over here. All right. You're making me very hungry.
John.
Yeah. Listen, let's not kill Davion Mitchell too bad. I know I started off by talking about him, but I mean, he's in his second year. All right. He is what he is. Yes, he can't shoot consistently, but again, he's also helped the Kings a lot this year in his bench role. We've talked a lot of good things about Davion Mitchell. Right now, we're not talking about it because, again, Ryan, he's not a starter in this league. That's not what he is. And now he only has to start, and he looks bad in that role. So maybe we see a different starting 5 to start this third quarter.
Yeah, Grant, it's funny because Davion's best games have come when he has started and gotten those extended minutes. Tonight, we're not seeing that. But yeah, he is not a starter in this league. I do think starting Monk would be the best way to start the third quarter, but we'll see what Coach Brown goes with.
Wouldn't you say that those best games, though, were last year and not this year? I mean, he was very quiet in his starts at Cleveland and at New York. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what the numbers were for Miami, but he only had 8 and 7 points respectively in those 2 games at Cleveland and at New York. They won 1, they lost 1. That was the game where I think the Kings ended the Cleveland game on a 19-0 run. But it was really last year, Ryan, where we saw Davion Mitchell in a starting role when Fox was done for the end of the year really play well offensively. We haven't seen that this year.
Yeah, I think the game that comes to mind was the first San Antonio game on the road. Didn't he get the start for Fox that game with the foot injury?
Yeah,
And he
maybe,
ended up playing
maybe.
really well.
But my point is,
Okay.
last year he was much more consistent offensively.
Yes, he is taking a there's no doubt about that. And it's questionable whether he's taken a step back defensively as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to criticize Mike Brown. He's got the team at 29-21. They're 13-10 on the road. Now I'm going to kill Mike Brown because they had a bad first half without their starting point guard. I mean, fans, listen up, would you please?
Yeah.
Are we really doing this? Are you really going to start killing the coach because you're down by 12 to an inferior team at the half without your starting point guard? Can we kind of put the brakes on a little bit, please? All right. Here's you want to know what the reality of this situation is? If they voted for the coach of the year right now, this very moment around the league, Mike Brown would probably be coach of the year. Now you want to kill the guy? Stop it. Stop it. Not going to have that. Stop that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and for a very inconsistent team, Mike Brown's been a very consistent coach with the starting lineup if Fox is out or, with his rotations. So, and you got to have Monk coming off the bench traditionally because he brings that spark. Who's going to bring that spark if you start Monk?
Well, you certainly can't give up a 16-0 run, John. That's for darn sure. We get that. And you're right. You have a whole half. You're only down 12. It's not like you're down 30. You're down 12. And Indiana played last night. All right. I would say there will be some moves maybe at the deadline. Let's wait and see what exactly happens with all of that. But, we're getting a lot of messages about Huerter. He's not shooting the ball well right now. Again, 1 of 4 from 3, and that's what he's on the floor for, 3-point shooting. He's not shot the ball well lately. I don't know what's going on with him.
Well, I think it's a product of what they're doing on offense, Grant, when he's on the floor. I've challenged everybody to look for this in the second half. A lot of the motion that Kevin is being put into is not towards the hoop, it's away from the hoop. And before it was a little bit of both.
That's a good point, Ryan. It's a good point.
So that could play into this. Kevin's trying to get into back into where he was before, but the offense has changed a tad bit.
Hey, if you got any plumbing issues, New Works Plumbing is there for you. SackServicePlumbing.com or call the number on your screen. They've got a fix for you, and remember, they're available 24/7. Just go to SackServicePlumbing.com for all of your plumbing needs and repairs. New Works Plumbing, they've got a fix for you. Well, it really comes down to what you and I seemingly talk about every halftime. Are the Kings going to start making threes? And if they don't, they're probably not going to win this game. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, only 6 made threes right now. And that shows us, now this is, Grant, a 4-game sample, 3.5 game sample of the Kings without the 3-ball. So at some point, we're going to know based off of the averages that it will come back. But this is how important that 3-ball is to them. So let's get some good looks and, hopefully they start falling.
I think they're going to need a big game in the second half from Malik Monk, Ryan. He was quiet in that first half, 4 points in 12 minutes. I think that's going to have to change in the second half. I think they're going to really need his offense.
Yeah, and they're also going to need another guy to step up off the bench. I'm going to target Trey Lyles on that. I know Metu played very well in the second quarter, but I think Lyles could have a huge second half here.
Don't forget, Ryan and I will be coming on after the game as well. If you have not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We would really appreciate that. And if you like what you're seeing, then hit that like button. De'Aaron is with his wife. They are awaiting the birth of their child. So he has left the team for personal reasons, and we certainly wish them the very best during these special, special days. All right, so here we go, 60-48. The teams are warming up, getting ready to start the third and fourth quarter. What do you think, Ryan? I don't have a real good feeling right now, and the reason why I don't have a good feeling is normally when the Kings are struggling, De'Aaron Fox is the guy that bails them out in the fourth quarter. They don't have De'Aaron Fox tonight. That makes me nervous. Right,
Grant. I'm gonna go with 101. I'm gonna say Indiana at the pace we're playing right now. 110, Kings 99 for the second half. What do you have?
I think the final score tonight, and I think the Pacers are going to win this game. I hate to say that. All right. First of all, Keegan Murray has not lost confidence in his shot. Stop it, would you please? All right. I'm going to say the Pacers win this game 111 to 101.
All right. Everybody else there, what do you guys got?
Yeah. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we all they got 106.99, the Kings. All right.
Okay.
Let's see. Got an L here. So we'll see. You know what? Again, this one, Cody's got 113, 111. All right. Here we got 114, 106 Pacers. All right. Here's another one, 118 to 109 Pacers. So a lot of people think the Kings are going to be on the short end of this. All right. We win, and it would be huge. It would be without De'Aaron Fox. Absolutely.
No
we
doubt.
got 111 to 109 Kings. There you have it. Ryan, second half beginning, buddy, in just about 30 seconds or so. We will see you, all right, after the game on the post-game show, as we're still getting a lot of people coming in. Kings win in double overtime, 140 to what? Wow, 141 to 140. Wow. All right. Well, if they win in double overtime, we'll be on a little bit late. That's for darn sure. All right, Ryan. I'll talk to you afterwards, buddy.
Sounds good. Go Kings.
All right. All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us right here on If You Don't Like That. We're coming right back in about a little